Hey y'all, my hair looked a little crazy, but you'll see later. It kind of wasn't worth it, but I went in with my Mario Badescu face spray and then followed it up with the Neutrogena Hydro Boost water gel. Said it right this time. I was just spreading it out, and yeah. I don't have much to say on this part because I'm not doing anything except for my moisturizer at the moment, but lucky for you, we got to the primer. I used the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer, and I noticed how I didn't spread it all on my face, just on like my cheeks, my nose. I didn't feel like doing a full face today. I'm only going to be doing foundation on that area, and that's it. So yeah, I was just spreading it out on my cheeks really evenly. I like to do it with my finger. I don't know. I feel like it's more even like that. It's just what works for me. And then I got my e.l.f. Flawless Satin Foundation in the shade Almond. It wasn't pumping out. It's not even done. I don't know why it's not like working. So I just like opened it and like spread it on my face like that. And then I like to go in with my fingers and just like pat it around. And then I use a beauty blender like after I go in with that, but I just like to let it sit for like a little bit, just like my concealer and everything. I'm not doing concealer today, but yeah, after I pat it with my finger, I let it sit for a little bit while I do my eyebrows. I went in with the Absolute New York Brow Perfector 2-in-1 brow and brush and brow pencil in the shade Honey Brown. I really like this one. Where is it from? I have no idea. I stole it from my mom like twice, and it's like, it was probably from Marshalls or TJ Maxx. I don't know. I like to get my makeup from there. And my mom doesn't really like makeup, so when she does get things, she just gets it from there because she's like, oh, I kind of like this, and she just gets it. But yeah, I'm assuming that's where it was from. I don't think she went to like some store. Also, I've never heard of Absolute New York, so yeah. I like to go in with this little brush I have that's like a brow pencil and has like a spoolie at the end of it. So I don't know, like I really like that brush and I always use it for my brows. I just like to shape it around with the spoolie and spread the pomade with the brush. I'm using my Mario Badescu face spray to dampen my beauty blender to like finally blend my foundation out on my face. Yeah, I feel like it gives an even blend when I do that. And then I went in with my Banana Dreams loose powder, and yeah, I make sure to like blend out the crease really well right before I go in with the powder. And when I go in with the powder, I like to pat it on the back of my hand to like get all the excess off, because when you have too much powder, it just gets really cakey, and girl, that's not my vibe. If you want your like makeup cakey, that's your business, but I do not. I want it as smooth as possible. I want it looking like skin. All right, then I went in with my NYX Bear With Me. It says prime, set, and refresh, but I don't know, it's my setting spray. It's an average one. Then I went in with my NYX Wonder Stick in the shade Universal Light. I use that for my nose contour, and I add it to like the bottom of my nose, and then I do a little line on like, I don't even know. You can see me do it. I don't know why I'm explaining it to you like you don't know. You've probably watched me do this process like a bunch of times. Then I got this random brush from e.l.f. I think it's like, oh, it's a putty primer applicator, but I use it for my contour. I always have. Fun fact, when I started doing makeup, I used to use that brush for everything. Like foundation, concealer, girl, that brush was being used for everything. And you know what? My makeup was still smooth. Like, I won't even lie to you, it was still pretty smooth. So I'm like, I don't know. Also, I was just showing you that my palette and my brushes matched, but I actually will be using that palette later. It's the Cream Shop X Hello Kitty Angel Baby palette. It has 9 colors. It's mostly pink and stuff. And then I got the highlighter end of the Wonder Stick and put it on my nose to highlight the points of my nose and stuff, and the bridge. Oh, now I'm using the Stila press powder. It's like a finishing powder. I went in with the little white shade and the peachy shade. The white is like, it's a universal base, but the peach is for canceling out blues, so I like to use it for my under eyes. And you see me just doing that. I put it in my creases. I see that like finishing powder like makes me smoother. I don't know. Also, I was showing you the petals that I'm going to be using as inspiration. For my palettes, I'm using the Los Angeles by Cara Beauty palette. Right here, I started using the shade Valley Girl. It's a nice pink. And then I also, later, you'll see me add a little darker, like a dark peach shade on like the outer corners of my eye. That shade is Market Eats. I also went in with the, what is it called? The Ready Set eyeshadow primer from She Glam. I put that before my eyeshadow right there. I opened up the Angel Baby palette and I went in with the shade Princess and I put it as like highlighter on my nose. And then on the inner corner, wait, am I still doing the pink there? I think I'm still doing the pink. Okay, whatever. Well, I was just putting on more of the Valley Girl and then yeah, I was like seeing if the color matched. I like the color match. I don't know. I feel like it was pretty accurate. Then right there, I'm going in with Market Eats and I'm just like, I don't know. I wanted to give it depth. Later, I'm going to add another color and you might be like, well, why? You're just using pink. But you'll see why I had to add another color. The most tedious part of eyeshadow is that like sometimes the pigment goes on uneven. So it's like a bunch of time just like really blending out the color to like have even coverage, because like sometimes you'll just have a little spot where it's like, girl, where's the color at, and you have to like spread it and spread it and spread it. So that was me doing that. Then I opened up the Angel Baby palette and I went in with the shade Pop Star. I wanted to put it on the inner corner and it's just a light pink. It's cute. The Totally Plastic by Iggy palette doesn't have any shade names, but I kind of showed you what shades I went into. I was just using the light pink shade in the corner. I don't think I used the top pink shade in that palette. I don't think so. I think I just used the bottom left like light pink shade. On the inner corner from the LA palette from Cara Beauty, I used the shade Starlit. It's like a pink color, but like it's glittery, and the glitter part is like kind of yellow, and I wanted to put some yellow in because the flower petals actually have like, you know how like they're kind of yellow on the inside and then like on the outer edges they're like pink. I wanted to recreate that on the eyeshadow. And then under my eyes I was going in with a little bit more pink because I was realizing that I kind of wanted to drag out the petals like kind of under my eyes, not fully under my eyes but kind of under my eyes. Also, guess who forgot to add blush? Me. So I have to add it like way after I add the petals. Yeah, I was a little dumb, but whatever. I went back with, what is it, Totally Plastic, and I was just like going back to the little pinky shade. I don't know why it doesn't have shade names, but who cares, it's fine. Then I'm cutting out the petals here to fit my eyes better. I kind of cut them a little bad at first, but then I fixed them up and it was cute. I had 2 big petals and then 2 smaller petals, but the smaller petals weren't the same shape, but I was kind of fine with that because flowers are not perfect, guys. You know, they're not like, I don't know, like it just gave it more, it just looked more interesting for it to be this way, you know? So I was fine with it. I got the Kitty Likes to Scratch palette from Too Faced and I added the shade, what is the shade? Let me see. It's the shade Pet Me. What a freaky palette. But anyway, I also went in with my NYX Jumbo Stick in the shade Milk. I put a little white on the edges because I wanted to go in with lighter colors, like the color Pet Me from Kitty Likes to Scratch. But also after Pet Me, you'll see what I'm gonna add because yeah, I started off with like a little cream, and then from the LA palette I went in with the yellow. The yellow shade is called Summer Skies, I think. And yeah, it was like the perfect yellow, like the petals. I really liked the effect it gave me. And this is me like trying to measure out how I'm gonna add the petals. You see how I'm like a little confused, but yeah, I started adding the glue. I think I just used normal eyelash glue. The eyelash glue I use, hold on. Okay, yeah, I was gonna check the name of my lash glue for y'all, but yeah, the name kind of scratched off. I don't know, just use whatever lash glue you have. They're all kind of the same to me. I'm sure some are better, but all the ones I've used, like, they're kind of the same. I don't really care what lash glue I buy. I just buy whatever because I don't know, they all work the same for me. So I'm cutting out all my petals to see how I want them, and I started arranging them how I want to layer them on my desk to I don't know, I was figuring it out there. And I was also applying the glue right there to all the petals so that when I'm ready to stick them on, they're ready. They're not still wet. So right there I added the first one. See how I brought it under my eye, but not completely under my eye. And notice how I didn't put blush before I added the petals. Oh my god, I was so stupid, but that's okay. It ended up being fine that I added it after. It was just it probably would have been better if I added it first, but it's fine. Yeah. Right here, I was I kind of remind myself of something, but I can't tell what. I feel like it's something. Did you guys ever watch that movie Epic? I feel like it's something from there that it's reminding me of. Epic is a really cute movie. It's about this human girl that turns little, very, very little, bug size little, and she's interacting with the bugs and stuff. And I don't know, it's a really cool movie. You should check it out. I really liked it growing up. Right there I was adding more of the yellow shade to my inner corner, and then I got a darker pink petal for my lips. I really thought this was so cute, truly. I was cutting out the top lip right there, and then I was adding the lash glue and stuff. Watch it. It's funny because the petal made my lips look bigger, but I kind of liked it because it already the petal already had the shape of my lips, the cupid's bow. I didn't do that. I didn't cut it to be my cupid's bow. It was already like that, which is why I liked it. Then I was measuring my bottom lip, but you know what's funny is that petal actually ended up ripping later on in the video, so I had to cut a new bottom lip, but it's fine. I mean, we live and learn. I kind of when I stuck it on, I think it was a little too small, and when I smiled it ripped, so I had to make a new one. But it's okay because this one, it made my lips look too big, and it was kind of, I don't know, I wasn't really liking it. And with the thinner bottom lip that I cut it, oh my god, hello, I cut out later, it was way better. I went in with the NYX lip liner, the shade Girl Bye, because there's some gaps in the petals, so I was just that's my darkest pinkish lip liner, because I don't like pink lip liner, but that's one that I have, so it was kind of matching the petals, and I was just filling up little gaps that I had. Look at me trying to figure out how to put my damn bottom lip, all for it to end up ripping. I'm pretty sure this is the one before it rips. So it's girl, do you hear the damn motorcycle that just parked? I'm so sorry if you hear it. If you don't, great. But yeah, I'm doing the voiceover right now, in the daytime, so yeah, there's noises around the house and stuff. I also decided to line my lip because when I did the thinner bottom lip, there was a little bit more gaps on the edges. I think this is the thinner one already. Look at me being unsafe and cutting on my face. Don't worry guys, I'm a pro. I didn't get hurt or anything, but it's girl, I could have gotten hurt. I got in with the black color eyeliner, black color pencil, not color pencil, hey y'all, okay, so this is a re-upload. Turns out, and I didn't catch this earlier, and because I didn't catch this earlier, I didn't fix the problem earlier, and now I can't fix it at all. But turns out the last 4 minutes of my video got corrupted. I don't know what happened, but they just froze. They don't work. And yeah, I don't have the footage anymore, so you just can't see the end of my video. I do have some videos of that I filmed after I finished the look. I'm glad I have those at least to show you the end product. I'm so sorry that the end got cut, but yeah, there's nothing I can do at this point. I'm so sorry.